Hello. It's been 21st of January 2023. Um, then actually 5 before 11 a.m. here in uh, where I'm living. Actually, so today's Saturday. I guess that's how it's called. Yeah, the Saturday, and I decided to record this video in Saturday, not in Sunday, because and today I'll be heading towards my friend's birthday party, and I guess I won't have time to record it, and I still have to do this. And actually, the working week has passed, so I guess it's kind of a nice compromise between my friend's party and the content itself. So I guess the ceremony should be the same as last week. Take the mouse and then try to make. Damn, bro, that's. I want to make. Um, do we have a ruler here or something like this, or I can use my tablet to make it better. So actually, not that easy, I guess. Okay, so we can do like boom and boom. Yep, it worked. I have a very unstable setup here, so kind of I don't have a microphone stand, a standalone microphone stand, so I have to put the microphone on the box from it, and it's kind of not very nice position to be honest. Now let's save. Another week has passed, so let's see. It was the 8th week of my 21st year of life, and we kind of really nice. I was figuring out how to write this word. Um, Now let's go for the overview. For the last week, I've put the failed mark, and for this week, so let's kind of discuss. For the brief overview of the week itself, let's collapse this and go for a little bit of reviewing. So on Monday, I was preparing for TOEFL, preparing for my thesis, was writing it and figuring out the different programming stuff related to the thesis, and actually listened to a couple of knowledge economics lectures, which are very interesting, and I still have to have a 9 out of 10 for these, so I kind of have to figure out what I do in addition to just attending the lectures. Now let's go for Tuesday. So here's something in Russian, which I think would be hard to understand, but basically what's written here is that we've had a nice dialogue with my father about the physics and chemistry. It was very fundamental and kind of meta dialogue about how things are related to each other, about the potential fields. I'm not sure if they are called in English in this way, but that's the fields where the energy of an object depends on their like position in the field. So it's, for example, the electromagnetic field, I guess gravity field. That's how it's called. So very nice, very very nice. Shows like these fundamental STEM type of things are really the based disciplines, and unsurprisingly, a lot of things in social sciences and in psychology, which I'm also interested in, they're kind of related to the laws and relationships of objects in STEM fields, which is not surprising, as I've mentioned, but it's very, very promising for the guys who know like these subjects, which I'm definitely not. So on Tuesday, I was creating theses again, predominantly React and I guess ASP.NET. Nothing, nothing serious right now, but that's what we have. On Wednesday, I was writing an essay. I've written an essay. I've written an essay about I guess the red Exifolia plant or something like this for my lessons, for my English lessons about TOEFL preparation, and also I was listening to a knowledge economics lecture. The same pattern, I guess, occurs in Friday, and finally I have to wake up. Likely, I've already done this. Okay, so creating thesis, TOEFL, etc. On Friday, I was only like banging with React and Webpack, so nothing usual. And today, I guess I won't do anything rather than. Damn, my neighbors are fucking again. That's that's insane. I have a neighbors living upside, like on the upper floor. How's it called? Above me, yeah. And usually they fuck pretty hard. I'm just sleeping. I've just woken up, and they are like banging. I don't know. That's a very strange feeling to, like to, um, uh, to be in my room in my situation right now. Okay, hope you don't hear this, guys. And Saturday still isn't the thing, so that's it. Now let's go for an overview done. Let's go for the thesis. What I've done for thesis. I guess we can close it for not to scatter my attention. For the thesis part, so I've been working on my understanding of C# language in general. I've finally properly understood delegates and lambdas in C#, like the anonymous functions and their use cases, the events and how to handle these events, what are delegates, what are func and action, what is the difference between those things, between these things, and I guess it's very nice. I'm pretty happy with what I've managed to achieve during this week regarding the C# language. So I've delved into the delegates and lambdas and a little bit of concurrency. So that's it. For the front-end part, I finally understood the place of the front-end framework in the general application landscape. What I mean by that is I've usually thought that you actually can't write an application in the front end, and now I'm pretty sure that that's the way to go. So all the front-end applications is basically like the application running in the browser itself, and like calling in APIs. Kind of understand the dynamics between the front end and back end and how they relate to each other, and still haven't built anything yet, but I'm pretty happy with the progress I've made during this week. What else I can say? I've understood the importance of the building systems, Webpack in particular. So how TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS relates kind of to each other when you have like this ASP.NET controller. So you have this ASP.NET web API template where you have an www root folder where you place your public pages. What are public pages? What are source pages? All these things, how one relates to each other. So how you can config the TypeScript for it to compile, or rather say transpile your TypeScript code to the JavaScript code. So from index.tsx, how it is transpiled to index.js, how the CDN imports work, why Webpack is kind of the essential tool, I guess, for it to build like these imports for the developer, so you don't mess the things up, don't miss any dependencies, how to link CSS, why the link attribute, how to link JavaScript code, again, why the link attribute, what are components, how to think in React, kinda. I was reading this article yesterday. I still haven't grasped it fully, but I guess I'm on the right track. One major drawback of my progress is that I still lack. I'm still lacking direction. Still lack. I guess we should use present continuous here, as that's that's not the general case, but rather this particular moment. So I'm like in direction where to go. I guess I'll have I'll plan the meeting with my professor for my like supervisor for him to like help me a little bit, and I hope he won't be upset about it because I generally have nothing to show right now, because I'm like tinkering with these things. Um, Now let's go next for the TOEFL part. Again, let's take a look at previous week. I had zero progress despite the upcoming exam, and it's not the case for this week. I wrote a couple of essays. Yeah, which were about the integrated part, which is not so hard at all. I'm uh, pretty sure that the essay is not a hard thing. You just have to know the structure and have an like vast and like all covering active vocabulary for you to like get the high mark for it. Then I had two 90 minutes learning sessions with my tutor. We were practicing speaking, partly journal one, and for the major like for the overwhelming majority of time we were practicing TOEFL speaking, of course. So 4 questions. Um, I had the most problems with the first one, as there you have to give kind of direct and clear, concise, and direct answer for the question, and I have problems with it because I uh, like to explain something with analogies and kind of in more context. So I can just say that I think like this. That's the reasons: reason A, reason B, reason C, and so on. So I have to train and put more effort into the first question of the speaking section. Uh, Another thing that I have to do for the upcoming week, which I haven't done in the last week, that I have to, I'm planning to go for an exam on the, I was thinking 15th of, I guess 12th of February. So it's 4 weeks from now, or maybe even 3 weeks. And I have to pay for it. And unfortunately, as we as a country are separated from others' financial systems, I have to ask my relative who is living in outside my country. So I'll ask him to pay for the exam, and I have to negotiate this as like I was going on the I was going for exchange semester last year, and we've transferred like payment for the dormitory, and it was cancelled, of course, obviously. Um, so we have some money there, but we just have to have a person with a proper card. Now let's go further for the sports section. No hidden progress here, and like I don't know what to say. I was very inspired by my routine, which we'll talk about later, and I guess I'm very eager to try to work on a fitness ball, and the Prime Agent is a very inspiring example for me. And as he's working on his balls, on the fitness ball, I guess I want to try it too, because I have back pain. I think generally the time pretty um, static during work, and for now I'll have, and after I'll get the ball, I'll have the like lifting table and the fitness ball. So I guess it will be a nice addition. I still haven't dedicated any time slots for this, but as we remember, for these like leap, we are focusing on thesis planning, so following the systems, following the system and TOEFL. And after TOEFL, we can concentrate on like sporting, especially stretching and squatting, as it lowers your cortisol levels generally. The like stretching um, and training your large muscles, which hips are. So nothing to continue here. And the last part, another great thing that I was doing for this week is I was waking. I've been waking up for at 5 a.m. for 5 days in a row. it was a great experience. Actually, it was the whole time. Uh, Actually, thanks to this schedule, when I can wake up early and then grind for maybe 1 to 2 hours, that's the only reason I've achieved so much during this week, in a kind of subjective way. Of course, I haven't done. I haven't achieved anything. I didn't achieve anything on the objective scale, because you have to build up something, build up knowledge, and then kind of uh, create something. So you can just go for the React and immediately create the site you want. But I guess I'm moving pretty confidently. I just have to increase the pace. Then I've negotiated a slight decrease of my workload on my job. I guess that's the wrong preposition here. On the job, so from 40 to 32 hours per week. Um, I want this change to be explicit for my like for my team lead, as I have obvious times when I'm not doing my work. And of course, I think I won't work for 32 hours. I guess it will be even less. But if like if I work 25 hours in this case, and if I work 25 hours in this case, here it will be kind of suspicious, and here it will be like unnoticeable, I guess. So I guess here's another. So my target workload for me personally, so the objective one is 32 hours, and the actual I will be targeting 25 hours per week, and the last other time I will be kind of dedicating to I will dedicate it towards my other efforts, I guess. I still have to work, as I desperately need money for my masters, so I have to grind a little bit. Another thing that I've listened to a nice lecture about different types of consciousness, and basically what like impressed me the most is that I knew there were some differences in regards how humans perceive things and etc. But there is like the spectrum is much more spiky and like vast. So it's really big, I guess. It's really broad, or with I don't know how to say this in English. And so for example, someone can see pictures about what they're thinking of about, and others just have no voice in their heads, and of course their perception and their approach to thinking will be rather different. I guess that's just a nice thing to understand about people around you, and I guess very nice insight here. So I'm pretty happy with this. And for the last part, I guess it was the upcoming friend's birthday party, which I've already mentioned. It will be today, as he has his party tomorrow, but he has his birthday tomorrow, and the party will be from today's night to like. That's the part I'm least enthusiastic about, as I don't want to like drink or something like this, and especially not in 3 a.m. at the morning. But for the like as an exception and as a test to the system which I'm trying to build, this will be a nice. I would rather see this as the challenge. So I have to like grind through, and I guess the aftermath of the party will be until the Wednesday, actually, and then kind of whole thing. I'm anticipating the whole thing to stabilize on the from the 25th of January. So that's it. Of course, I won't be like this guy who's ruining everything. I'll try to get the wipe and etc. But I'm just not really enthusiastic about it, so I don't want to drink much. And always when I say this, I get drunk like hell. That's that's unfortunate, but that will be a nice test to the system, as we have to keep in mind that the system isn't about the vertical progress; it's rather about the linear, horizontal progress. So you're kind of in the process of rewiring your brain rather than the building up stack of days when you wake up at 5 a.m. So I have to I think that you have to rewire it gently and without any major changes in your routines, as it is destined to fail in this case. And if you'll do this, for example, for 5 days in a row, then for another 5 days. So generally, yes, I guess it will be a nice trip, I guess. And also, as I'm an ENTP guy with lots of kind of, uh, but at this time, I think I have a clear purpose in mind, so it will be either easier than last times I've tried to do this. Uh, as I've said, as I've mentioned previously, that's not my first attempt to like wake up at 5 a.m. or to build a consistent schedule. But one thing that differs me from other times is that I fully understand now that progress is not about the streak; it's about the brain rewiring part. Uh, like with this said, I guess it's already 21 minutes of boring stuff. So that's it. Yeah. Thank you for listening. I guess it will be a nice one. Failed and I guess succeed. Yeah, that's be a better word. Succeed. Yep. That's it for today, for the week. Thank you for listening, and bye bye.